And hello, everybody, and welcome to Synergy Theater. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater, and it is an absolute joy to welcome you here tonight. You have found our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. It is Friday night at 7 o'clock here in California, and that means it's time for Synergy Theater live online. Tonight, our presentation is Notes in the Hallway, an improvised teen drama, and you are in for a real treat. Synergy Theater performs full-length improvised plays. That means everything you see tonight is going to be completely improvised. When we're out in the real world, we perform at the beautiful Lesher Center for the Performing Arts in Walnut Creek. But as long as we are all inside, we are absolutely honored and delighted that you allow us to come right into your home and perform for you via the magic of Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. And we could not be more delighted than ever to be here. So, with that being said, we have an awesome show for you tonight. It is a teenage drama set in the halls of a small town high school in the year 2000. And now, as always, we're going to get some suggestions from you in order to kick off our show tonight. But we can't do that until we take a moment to introduce you to our cast. Everybody, come on screen and say hello to our audience, won't you? All right, hello everybody. You're seeing before you is going to be in our show tonight and going to need some help from you in order to inspire their characters. So in order to interact with us tonight, you're going to be able to do that via the chat on YouTube. So go ahead and log into your YouTube account if you want to chat with us. If you want to just sit back and watch the show either on Facebook or without logging into YouTube, you're absolutely welcome to do that as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all of these characters before you are students in our high school. The thing that they are going to need from you is their names. So take a look at the people up on the screen there. And when you think of a name that one of them might have, go ahead and type that into your YouTube chat. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time for the chat that you write to pop up on our screen. As soon as we see it, we'll start calling out names and grabbing some of them. I see some are coming up right now. So, Molly Ringwell. Hello, Frank Lynch. How are you? All right, ladies and gentlemen in the cast, as soon as you see a name you like, call it out and change your human name to your character name.
I'm taking Buffy.
All right, go ahead, become Buffy. Who else?
I like Andy Estevez.
I'll take Donna Ray.
I'll take Maureen Carruthers.
I'll take Molly Ringwell. Someone's got it. Yeah.
All right, do we all have something? Griffin, what about you?
Andy Estevez.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. You said that already. Andy Estevez and Doreen Carruthers. Excellent. All right. So we have Buffy Bueller, Molly Ringwell, Donna Ray, Andy Estevez, and Doreen Carruthers. Those are the best names we've ever gotten for this show. All right, now here is the next suggestion we need. As I said, they all go to school at a local small town high school, and like all local small town high schools, this one has a mascot. What is the mascot for this school? Go ahead and pop that into the chat, and we will get the mascot for Lakemont High School. All right. Let's see. I'll have the honor. Oh, you know what? I think it is the Lakemont Walrus. The Lakemont Walrus. That's an inspiring mascot, I believe. All right, and finally, now this is a really important one. So if we take your suggestion and the whole show tanks, it's your fault. No, that's not true at all. That is not true at all. But this is a very important suggestion, and that is all of these students are going to be somehow involved with a big prank that gets played at the school. So like at our last show, the big prank was somebody replaced all of the soap in the bathroom soap dispensers with ketchup. Think of a high school prank that gets played on campus at this high school, and put that in there. Okay, goldfish in the school pool. Okay, keep coming. These are good. All right. You know what? I think we're going to go with the first one that I saw. This comes to us from Dana Weiss tonight, and that is somebody put 20,000 goldfish in the school pool. Somebody put 20,000 goldfish in the school pool. All right. We have our characters. We have Lakemont High's mascot, the walrus. We know what prank happened. We are ready to improvise our play for you. I'm going to send all of our actors backstage. So go ahead and head off screen.
Ken, do you have a principal name?
Oh, okay, I'll get a principal name from the audience. I will be playing the principal tonight. So does somebody want to suggest a name for my character who is the principal? Mr. Somebody, who will, what will be the last name of the principal? These are very good, but let's get a few more. Okay, principal, so it's Mr. Popeye. Mr. Popeye. Oh, wait, I spelt it incorrectly. All right. It's a good name, and I want to honor it by spelling it correctly. All right. Mr. Popeye will be the principal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Sit back and enjoy Note in the Hallway. Attention, boys and girls. This is your principal, Miss Popeye. Will the following students please report to the principal's office? Buffy Bueller, Molly Ringwell, Donna Ray, Andy Estevez, Carruthers. Well, I suppose you're all going to pretend that you don't know why you're here. I suppose that you're going to pretend that putting 20,000 goldfish in the school pool is somehow funny and or safe for the fellow students, not to mention, Ray, is there something funny now?
I mean, goldfish are cute, and what do you have against goldfish, Mr. Popeye? I mean, yug.
Good one, Donna. Good one.
Well, laugh now, because you won't be laughing soon. I suppose the five of you are going to pretend that you had nothing to do, and yet what you don't know is that I have engaged the school safety patrol, thank goodness for those children, to steal all of the notes that the 5 of you have written to the other, which you foolishly spell out the entire story.
That's a
And-
violation of privacy, Mr. Popeye.
Exactly.
That's illegal.
Like the Platt Amendment or something.
It's a First Amendment problem.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, you have no rights in my school. Furthermore, gathered all of your notes and arranged them in order of events. And furthermore, I have them right here on my desk. And rather than simply punish you, I will first humiliate by having you read out loud your private communications.
You're
to
totally
me.
ruining our lives. You can't
Thank
do
you.
that.
I'm doing. Now, I think it is time to get started with the humiliation ritual. Miss Donna Ray, since you are so fond of laughing at inopportune times, why don't we start with your letter, your note, which in fact kicked everything off.
Fine. You seem like you're enjoying this too much, Mr. Popeye.
You have no idea.
Buffy, I'm reading the letter. Stop breathing so heavy. God. From Don to Molly. Dear Molly. Hey, Malls. Oh my God. I am in so much trouble. I just failed my 5th chemistry test. And you know Coach Smitherson is going to be pissed if I can't be in the swim meet on Friday. I mean, he told me that I have one last shot. And in fact, after swim rehearsal, oh my God, after swim practice yesterday, Buffy was all up in my face. You know how she wants to take my position on the swim team. And we had this conversation. I was all, hey, Buffy, that was a really good backstroke that you did. I didn't mean it. But she said,
Thank you. I've been practicing because I am going to beat your time, Donna Ray, and I'm going to win the state.
see, Molly, she wasn't even coy about it. She was really upfront about how she's going to throw me under the bus. But I tried to be really cool. And I was like, oh, Buffy, I'm a senior. You're a junior. Next year will be your time to shine. Maybe I will set a record that you can aspire to beating next year someday. But then she said,
I'm gonna own you, Donna Ray. You'll see.
and then she grabbed her towel and sauntered off toward the lockers. I mean, if Buffy found out that I could be put on academic probation, Molly, I don't know what could happen. I mean, she could very well take my spot and break my record. I don't know what to do, but I think that we need to have some froyo therapy today. Okay, bye. Love, Don.
From Doreen. Can I read one next?
Yeah. Yes, you can read your letter next.
Good. Okay. From Doreen to Molly. Hey, Mal. All right. I saw you and Donna at the froyo, and I don't know. I'm kind of jealous that you always go with her instead of me. I mean, I'm on the team too. So anyway, are we still in a fight? God. Okay. Well, here's what I wanted to tell you. You know, Andy, well, last night, Andy called me, and this is what he said when I picked up.
Hey, Doreen. I was thinking about having a party down at the pool tonight.
Hey, are you going to use your fake ID so we can have booze?
You know it.
So then, Molly, I asked him, I said, are you going to hit on Molly tonight? And he said,
Well, it depends on what she's wearing.
So, Ma, whatever you do, wear something he'll like tonight. Later, babe.
To Don Don from Malls. Yo, check it. So I had my best interest in mind for you, Don Don. You are not going to go down in flames. You already know all that, right? So I decided to be nice again with Doreen, right? Because Doreen and I have been on the outs, right? Ever since she kicked my feet in the lanes, and that was late. That was awful, right? It was not cool. Totally not cool. You are my number one, right? And you know that. Nothing comes between us. But then I also saw Doreen. Okay, let me back up. Party's about to start. I'm outside the lockers. I saw Doreen with Buffy. I'm just around the corner from where I am right now. They were coming out of chem class, right? Same chem class, different period that you're having a hard time in, right? Right. So exactly. They were talking, and I think they know something, Don Don, because Doreen, she said,
Well, I don't know. Donna, she's been hanging around Molly too much.
and like, we've all grown up together, right? We hang out, so I get it. We're friends. I'm sure it'll be fine. But talking to Buffy like that, so Buffy, she said,
Look, I don't like Don Don, and I don't trust the two of them together. I think the two of us should do something to break up that twosome.
come on, like, you grow up, right? Like, we're adults now, and now you're my bud. You're my number one. So Doreen, she's all,
You're exactly right, Buffy. If we don't do that sooner or later, you know what we'll be? We'll be in the rearview mirror of Molly, and she'll be like wearing lipstick and all that.
Yeah, maybe we can, I don't know, maybe set Donna up to look like she's failing for good.
right? Which meant like she knew something. I don't know if she already knows or if she's trying to do like a wraparound and it just happens to be convenient that you are actually failing. But she had papers in her hand, Don Don, and she said,
You know what I got? I got the answers that Don copied from Andy. So I got the evidence to ruin her life.
right? It's not cool at all. So I'm thinking, I I'm going to go to this party purely on your behalf. And you can come too, you know, not just because it's Andy's party by the pool or anything. And when I show off my bathing suit, not just because of that at all. But like to support my girl, right? Because we got to get those papers, right? It's on. And just so you know, the last thing they said was this.
Girl power.
I can't wait to see her kicked off the team.
Right. So the only kicking we're doing together is in the pool, Don Don. Peace.
To Andy from Donna. Hey, Andy. I bet you didn't think I came to your party last night, but I totally did. And I bet you're wondering why the party like got ruined. And even though you didn't see me, it's because of me. And, you know, like we're cool. Like you're trying to help me with chemistry and stuff, but like there's a really good reason that your party got ruined. And it wasn't my fault. And I need to tell you, okay? I hope that we can still be like whatever we are. Because it's like complicated, right? Because like sometimes we're friends and then sometimes anyway. So you were at the party and like everyone was there and like it was really cool because like you were playing Beck and like all the really cool like music. You threw some Nirvana in there for like old school flair. And everyone was like chill and drinking like their red Solo cups like the movie. And I was trying to get to Doreen's locker, right? Because she had the answers that you gave me and was going to get me in trouble. So I was in the hallway and I saw Buffy and my good friend Molly, and they were like having a tiff. They stumbled out into the hallway and Buffy said this to Molly.
Listen, Molly, you've got to be on my side for a change. You can't keep supporting Donna Ray.
Why? Why for a change? Maybe you need to have some change, girl.
If you want our Lady Walruses to win, you got to support me.
Ha! No, look, I'm head swimmer already, and I choose my number one, and that's Don Don. She has been kicking butt on the lanes. I think you're undercurrent.
And I don't know like what you mixed for everyone to drink, but they were clearly inebriated and they were like stumbling around. And Buffy got all up in Molly's face when she said this.
Listen, Molly, girl. I know that Donna Ray, she's not going to be on the team for long because the coach is going to be kicking her off this week. Just
Oh yeah. Oh yeah? Coach Smithers isn't getting rid of her. You're not doing anything at all with my girl, or it's on right now. It's on right now.
I'm like, I didn't hear the rest of this aggressive conversation because they followed each other into the pool and like kept on like yelling at each other.
I'm gonna out swim you and kick your butt in there. It's going down.
I'm going to be state champion.
And like, if you remember, I saw this through the window, like that's when they jumped into the pool and started like drunk passion swimming. It was really weird. So I thought this was my perfect opportunity. There's no one in the hallway. So I crept closer and closer to Doreen's locker because that's where she has the evidence that could get me kicked off the swim team. And I was just about to pick the lock with my bobby pin when all of a sudden she came up behind me and Doreen said this.
What are you doing?
I knew I had to play cool because I could see how drunk she was. But she saw the bobby pin in my hand. You know, just like fixing my hair. And she was all like, she knew what I was doing.
You know, you're not a very good liar. You're just, well, you're bad news all the way around, and everybody's going to know really soon. And I don't want you around my locker. So get away from my locker.
You have no right to ruin my life. Just because chemistry is boring and I'm not a STEM person doesn't mean that you can use that against me to kick me off the team. And I pushed her, Andy, and she was so drunk she kind of fell back a little bit.
I'm not doing that because of that. I don't like it.
What is going on here?
Suddenly, Mr. Popeye showed up. I didn't know what else to do, so I pulled the fire alarm.
Ah! It's a fire! It's a fire, Mr. Popeye!
And
Oh, God.
remember,
Everybody out!
and that's the end of your party, and we all ran away. During the diversion, though, I was able to get into Doreen's locker, and I have the answers. That's evidence. So I thought that maybe you should know that even though your party was ruined and maybe you're in trouble, that both you and I are not going to get in trouble for cheating on chemistry exams, right? Isn't that great? I hope you can forgive me. I'm sorry I ruined your party. Donna.
From Andy to Molly. Hey, Molly. First of all, I want to start off and say that you look like a real doll at my party last week. And I thought it was really cool when the sprinklers were going off and the water was splashing all over you. I like that part. Anyway, I was kind of worried about what's going on with Don, as you like to call her. I saw her on Monday coming out of the coach's office, and she didn't look good. She looked like really sad, and Buffy came up to her, and Buffy was looking super smug, and Buffy said,
Oh, you look so sad. I guess you must have to take a break from the team and study, right?
Donna said,
You don't know what this means to me, Buffy. You have another year. This is my senior year. This was going to get me college swimming scholarships. How dare you gloat, you skank.
and Donna looked like furious, like her mascara was running, so it kind of looked like really punk. Anyway, Buffy said,
Listen, don't you call me any names again, Donna Ray, or else you think you feel bad now? After I get through with you, you will have no friends and a trashed reputation.
Molly, this is when things got out of hand, because you know how we bought all those pool noodles for the pool last year? Well, Donna grabbed one.
Skank!
Ah!
She just started slapping Buffy. So Buffy grabbed one also.
Oh!
Skank!
Anyway, it went on with that for like a really long time. I had to leave because, I was getting like hankering for lunch. But you got to check out with Donna. She's devastated. And keep up with those bathing suits. All right.
Dear Don, Molly. Hey, I was gonna check in on you recently, and instead I'm in the bathroom really upset because I saw you talking to Andy. Look, you're my friend, you're my BFF, you're my number one, and I had no idea. So I was standing up for you, and I was all ready to come in and check on you and go to bat. But then I saw you run into him in the hallway, the lockers. And Buffy was with me, by the way. She actually was pointing me across, like she was walking with me and had me come over. And then there you were, like she knew. And you started talking to Andy and you said,
Hey, Andy, I don't have anything else to do anymore because my swimming life is over. So do you want to go to the used CD store after school and see if we can find some Smashing Pumpkins?
what the heck? Right? That's our thing. And Andy, he said,
I mean, Donna, after hearing what happened to you, I feel like you need a shoulder to cry on. So yeah, let's do that.
and then you got real close, girl. And you said,
Can we, find a really nice CD and do the thing that we used to do when we listened to music alone in your car? Do that thing that we used to do last year? Because it really helps me when I'm sad.
You mean what we called smashing our pumpkins? We can do that.
Yeah, because I'm really sad and that would really make me happy.
that sadness seems so fake. And what the heck last year was smashing your pumpkins? You never told me any of that. So then Buffy, she told me.
Listen, I tried to tell you before, but you didn't believe it. Donna Ray is a skank. You can't trust her around guys. She's just a skank. She throws herself all over them.
But that doesn't make any sense. She told me she didn't even like Andy, and she knows how much I like Andy. I write his name in my notebook all the time, and I secretly dedicate each meet to Andy. And Buffy, she was really cool, Don, and I don't think you've ever done this. She gave me a big hug, and she said,
Listen, Molly, you are a really sweet, trusting person. But there's some people you just can't trust. They don't tell the truth and they sneak around behind your back.
and I think that meant something. Maybe you've just been tricking me and pulling me along this whole time to make sure that you don't fail or something, because I was keeping all your secrets and making you my number one. But now, whatever. Bye.
To Malls from Donna. Look, Molly, I'm sorry you didn't know about Andy. It's nothing that's serious. And I was so embarrassed to tell you. And he really likes you more, for girlfriend material. Okay, so it started a couple years ago. Andy and our parents make us go to the same lame church, right? And so we had to do this volunteer thing one day where we were outside, and Andy and I were outside and we're supposed to be raking leaves or whatever. And I didn't know him very well. And so we were just outside and we were pretending to rake leaves, but we didn't really want to. And he looked at me and I looked at him and he said this.
You look like a walrus.
What?
No, I mean you go to our school, right? You're a Lakemont walrus?
Yeah.
That came out wrong. Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, I think I've seen you around. I mean, I'm really busy with swim team stuff, so I don't get to hang out with the cool kids, and you look really cool.
You swim?
Yeah, I don't want to brag. I'm only a sophomore, but coach says my senior year I should be able to go to state and go to a really good school. That's how good I am.
Wow. That's kind of like Baywatch or something.
Are you saying I look like a girl from Baywatch?
Maybe I am. Hey, what kind of music do you like?
I like 90s stuff, Smashing Pumpkins and Nirvana and things, like grungy things. That's why I'm wearing stripes.
Well, I'm not looking for anything serious, but maybe if you want to hang out in my car and listen to a few tracks, I would be down, occasionally.
Can we do that now instead of raking these really grody leaves?
You know it. Come on.
And so like that was like the first time that we like hung out, and it like wasn't serious. It was like sometimes we would kiss, and like sometimes we would like talk about lyrics, and sometimes like we'd smoke a little weed, and it like there were no labels, and sometimes like we would be chill for a little bit. We wouldn't talk to each other. And like when we really became good friends and you told me you liked Andy, I figured, well, I don't have anything serious with him, so I'm not going to ruin her dreams. Like, you have more of a chance with him than I do. It's just, he's kind of like my drug, Molly. And I always turn to him when I feel sad or insecure, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose you as my friend, but I don't want to lose Andy. And whatever you do, please, like, don't be Buffy's friend. She's only doing it to get at me. You know that. She uses her hugs as weapons. So, like, let me make it up to you. I made you a mixtape. It has some, like, really poignant Smashing Pumpkin songs in there. And I'm sorry. I'll quit Andy for you. Just please be my friend. Love, Don Don.
Wasn't that nice? Everybody, eyes up here. Eyes up here. We've come to one of my favorite parts now, and I thought it would be fun to make sure everyone was paying attention, because the very next letter that was written, or note as you children call them, was from Mr. Estevez to Ms. Ray. I suppose the rest of you didn't know that Mr. Estevez was a poet. Perhaps you didn't know that he likes to write love poetry. Well, Mr. Estevez, why don't you read the love poem that you wrote to Ms. Ray?
All right, give it here. So, Donna, I know I said that we weren't serious, but I've been in, this poetry class is my elective. And anyway, I wanted to share something with you. It's got a little Robert Frost in there, some Shakespeare I threw in. But Donna, you are my ray of sunshine. You are so fine, and you are all mine. When I'm with you, it's like I'm in the heavens. 'Cause from 1 to 10, you're totally an 11. And no matter if you're a swimmer like Pamela or David Hasselhoff, I wouldn't even care if you cough. Anyway, that part was stupid. Nothing really rhymes with Hasselhoff, but I care about you. So yeah.
Do we have to listen to this, Mr. Popeye? This is torturing me.
Well, then I have succeeded in my momentary objective. Donna Ray, don't hide behind your hand, Ms. Ray, for after receiving that letter, you wrote the next one. Won't you keep reading?
Stop looking at me, Doreen. To Molly from Donna. You are going to hate me. This is like the Sweet Valley High book where Jessica and Lila like the same guy, and Jessica doesn't think that it's serious, and then the guy like does something really sweet to her, And then she tells Lila that she really likes the guy. And then Lila hates her and then does something really mean. I'm Jessica and you're Lila. And Andy just like wrote me a poem, and he like told me he really cared about me. And even though like I told you that it's not serious, like I really want things to be serious. And I'm only telling you this because you're my best friend. And well, I don't want you to hate me. I hope that you can forgive me, but I think I need a little bit of space from you so I can think about me and Andy and I don't know, try to find a job because I'm not going to be a swimmer anymore. Your friend, Donna.
From Donna to Doreen. Hey, Doreen. I want to apologize to you, for you and Buffy. Like, I totally thought Don was my friend, and I get backstabbing, falling in love, and it just happens. But then she also wants space from me, and that's just not how you treat a friend. And I can't comfort her and be mad at her like that at the same time. And I'm very confused, and I just want you to know that, like, I get how it feels now to be pushed aside by your friends, and I'm in, right? So take that how you will.
From Doreen to Molly. Molly, I never told you this because I didn't want you to think that I was bad, but well, the summer before last year, I hooked up with Andy, and then he started going out or doing this Smashing Pumpkin thing. I don't know what it was. They would just get in the car, and I was so mad. I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't even tell you, even though you were my best friend. And I know that's why you got so mad at me. But the thing is, Molly, I really want to get back. I really want to get back at Donna for everything she's done to you and me. And also Buffy. Buffy should be the state champion, not Donna. So if you're really ready to do something about it, I think I've got a really tight plan. Talk to you tonight at the Froyo. See you at 4.
Mr. Popeye, I don't think that should be further. I think I got the point now, Mr. Popeye.
I think it's important to continue reading the letters.
All right. From Molly to Andy. Hey, I don't know what's going on with you anymore, but I've been wearing a lot of bathing suits and crying, and I've heard that you like Don, and it's just, I'm really sorry kind of about what happened earlier before the meet. Because, you know, you were there. The meet got sabotaged. Buffy and Doreen got together, and I met up with them. And if there was going to be a meet at all, they decided there'd be no meet at all. So apparently Buffy's parents own an aquarium and a pet store, and they collected a lot of fish. And I mean a lot of fish. And I'm apologizing to you for this right now, by the way, because Don and I are not talking to each other because she doesn't want to talk to me. I don't really blame her after this so much. But Don was allowed to go into the pool because Coach Smithereens let her. And there we all are at the pool. and we released the fish as she's about to jump in.
Ah! What?
Doreen was like on one end of the pool and Buffy was on the other end of the pool and just let the fish go out of their bags, just goldfish everywhere. And I know some of them got sucked up into the vent parts and it was pretty bad. And I saw you back in the corner up at the bleachers laughing a little bit and crying and laughing. And it was funny. It was really funny. But at the time seeing it and then seeing Donna, because it's weird, but she's kind of terrified of fish.
Oh God! Oh, they're everywhere. Oh, there's fish blood and scales in my hair. Oh, I can't swim. Who would do this? I can't swim with all of these fish in here. This is my last time in the pool. Oh my God! Get me out, Coach! Get me out!
And obviously, I've been her best friend, right? I knew she's afraid of fish, but likes to swim anyway. Like she took on swimming to help conquer these fears a little bit, and she couldn't do it. But I really liked you a lot, and it hurt, and then her distance hurt, and it's just a lot of. It's not cool. So I'm sorry, and if I ruin things for you with her, or if you don't like her anymore because she looked really ridiculous out there, and then like Buffy and Doreen laughing at her and stuff, I think everybody just looked awful. But I think you shouldn't look against her for that, for having a weakness. It's my bad. And everybody has fears and things, right? Like I don't, but other people do. And that doesn't mean you should give up on them. And maybe you can apologize for you laughing at her to her. So like, bye.
Are we over, Mr.
Well.
Poopy? Whatever your name is.
Did you just call me Mr. Booby?
No, I think you said poopy.
That's what it says on your nameplate.
You know right well, Mr. Estevez, that my name is Popeye. Now that everything has been confessed, we still need to figure out what shall happen to the lot of you.
Can I just say that I'm sorry, Donna, and that I made it so nobody could be state champion or go to the state from our school. I was kind of doing you a solid and everybody's solid so that nobody could be champion.
Molly, you know that it's not just like a tiny little phobia I have against fish. You know all the therapy I had to go through since second grade. And then I had fish everywhere and fish scales everywhere. And there was fish blood everywhere. I don't ever want to go in the pool again.
You think you're the only one with feelings? Don't you know there's more people here? You're not the only one who's in trouble?
Yeah, my parents are making me work at the fish store every night, and they say I have to quit the swim team.
Too bad, Buffy. Your entire life wasn't destroyed. You have next year. None of you care that my complete life has been destroyed. Doreen, I don't even understand why you're sad. I don't forgive you, Molly. You know what, Mr. Popeye? You can go eat a can of spinach because this isn't my fault.
Donna, can you please stop? I wrote you another poem, and I would just like it if everyone would let me read it. Okay, it's just really important to me. Donna, my ray of sun, you have always been the only one. But every day you would go to swim. And I wish you'd be thinking of him, which is me. Molly, I'm sorry. I was just using you to make Donna jealous. And maybe I got overzealous. But Donna, I love you. I was never faking. I've loved you ever since that day at church when we were raking. You're my walrus.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Mr. Popeye, this has been horrible. Isn't this enough of a punishment? We had to sit through this.
What's it
Well.
you love, Doreen? I love you too, Andy. And I'm sorry a boy came between us, Molly, but you still really hurt me.
No.
Especially by like being friends with two people that just want to cause problems.
It's not Molly's fault, Donna. It's my fault. I wanted to be with Andy, and I wanted Buffy to be the state champion. And if I couldn't be with Andy, I wanted Molly to be with Andy, not you. You took him away from me.
I just want to say, Molly, I was really jealous of you because you're so nice, and sometimes I'm not very nice, but I really like you and I want to be good friends with you. So I was trying to protect you. It was a stupid way, but I want to be your friend.
It all got way out of hand. Never should have gotten to this. Just a stupid thing, just like Buffy said.
All right. Enough of this. I'll tell you what, kids, you touched my heart. And as for you, Mr. Estevez, rhyming jealous with overzealous proves to me that you were paying more attention in my senior poetry class than I gave you credit for. Therefore, even though I do have to punish you all, I want you to know that in my heart, I forgive you. Nonetheless, the lot of you must all descale and prepare the goldfish for the fish fry in the cafeteria for the entire month.
Mr. Popeye, but Donna, it's not her fault. And she's afraid of fish. So you'd just be re-traumatizing her since she can't even swim anymore because of us.
Is that
No.
true, Don?
I mean, I'm somehow a part of it, I guess. Like I was mean to people and stuff, and because Buffy, you are a good swimmer. It's just I wish you weren't so cocky about it. Maybe if I was honest with Molly about Andy and Doreen, maybe it wouldn't have come to this. So I guess my therapist can help me as like what? Exposure therapy.
Wait,
I'll
enough.
I just
You're
want
gonna
to.
make a grown man cry. You're all friends again. You all will pay the price, and high school will go on. Ms. Ringwell, Miss Bueller, Miss Carruthers, you're all dismissed. Please go
I just
back to
Hey,
class.
Donna, I'll help you in chemistry. I want you to go to the college you want to go to. Okay, I'll help you.
Donna Ray, if you sweep, I'll scale.
Donna, hey, if you ever want to get Froyo again, if you forgive me, then that'd be cool.
Okay.
Chocolate almond, no problem.
Ms. Ray and Mr. Estevez, would you kindly remain behind a moment? Well, I
Mr.
just
Popeye,
thought-
smashing pumpkins isn't as dirty as it sounds, okay?
please, you may look at me as an old man, but I've smashed plenty of pumpkins in my life.
I don't think we
Oh.
want to know that, but okay.
I
Jeez.
only asked the two of you to stay because I thought you might appreciate a moment alone. I've got to go to my weekly personal training workout.
So, Andy, are we like more than just like kind of a thing? Are we like a real thing now?
If you want to be.
I do. And thank you for writing all the poems for me. I have a really short poem I wanted to read you.
Okay.
To dearest Andy, when we were raking in the leaves, you made my heart a heave, and I knew from that day together we would stay, listening to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. The end. That last part didn't work very well, but
No, it was
that's
great.
our favorite album. Do you want to come and have froyo with me and Molly?
I really do. I love strawberry. It's just so delicious.
Me too. All right, let's go.
And that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here for Notes in the Hallway. Let's bring our entire cast back on stage. And everybody, let's say thank you to Robin Fisher, Louise Reed, Griffin Davis. I'm seeing those names, but I know that's not their real name. Lauren Bambauer. And ladies and gentlemen, a special thank you to the brilliant person who conceived and directed our show tonight. That is Justine up in the corner, Justine Moser. Everybody, on the count of three, let's take a great big bow. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very, very, very much. I have to say, just as I'm keeping my eye on the chat, scrolling up, there was an offer of a joke in the chat that I was dying to get in there, but it just didn't seem in my character. But the joke was that after you had to go do all of the stuff with the fish, we were going to pay you scale. From Lynn Shields, ladies and gentlemen. Lynn Shields, our comedians in the hall. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Synergy Theater is here each week, Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m., Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. California time. We have new shows every week, so come back. It's always live, it's always improvised, and it's always based on your suggestions. Also, Synergy Theater teaches improv classes. If doing improv looks like fun to you, then you can do it too. Go to synergytheater.com online and look at our online improv classes. Take a class. We have classes from the very beginning level up to master classes, which deal with improvising a full-length play. So everything from beginning to experienced performers. Come over to Synergy Theater, School of Improvisation, and take a class. We would love to work with you and get to know you. Synergy Theater is a nonprofit arts organization. We have been impacted by the pandemic. We are guaranteeing you that we are going to be here presenting live, free entertainment for as long as we all have to be inside, but it isn't free to us. And if you can help us, that would mean a great deal. As a 501c3 charitable organization, your tax-deductible donation would go a very, very long way. Please go on to synergytheater.com, click on Support Synergy Theater. Anything you can do to help us out would be a great, great help now, and very, very much appreciated. Thank you all again for being here. You are awesome. We'll see you next week. Stay safe. Synergy Theater loves you.